guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about how I got an internship at Apple. Now before I get into this video, I want to say if you are enjoying this channel, please like and subscribe. It does help me out a lot. And if you're looking for internships, check out the first link in the description. So are you looking to break into Apple's internship program? Well, today I'm going to be showing you how I transformed from being an average applicant to landing my dream role at the tech giant. Now, again, this is just an internship, which is, you can translate this to getting a job at Apple as well. But we're going to look at the strategies, skills, and mindset that open the doors, right? And their headquarters is in Cupertino, but my position was in San Diego. So why Apple, right? Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already know why Apple, but they're the gold standard, right? Apple represents excellence in tech. Their innovation pushes the boundaries daily, and they are part of FANG, which is like the 5 to 7 most prestigious companies in the entire world in tech. Challenge seeker, so I thrive under pressure, and Apple's high expectations kind of match my drive, right? And then problem solver, so the company tackles problems that others can't solve. I wanted to be a part of that. Practical benefits, right? So I'm gonna be honest, the competitive pay helps with the rent, food, and future goals. So money's huge. Like, Apple will pay you bank, trust me. So, moment of clarity here, okay? So, discovery, you probably browse Apple's career page at least once a month, or maybe even more, maybe even less, I don't know. But I personally did. And just looking at some of those roles, I was like, yeah, man, like I can be a part of that. I really fit some of that criteria. So it wasn't about the prestige, actually. It was more so their mindset, of like Apple's mindset aligned with mine. So that night I went ahead and I committed myself to make Apple material. So Apple's pursuit of perfection resonated with me, and I knew I needed that environment to grow. So my foundation, right? So here's what I have, and then you can reflect on what you have. Maybe you need to do more, maybe you have enough. So we're just going to go from there, right? So first of all, Verizon internship. I already have an internship at Verizon, top 50 company in the US. And I worked on real projects alongside the senior engineers at Verizon, and I learned the initial base corporate expectations and how to communicate professionally. So I highly recommend you do another internship before being very serious about joining FANG. This can be unpaid, paid, whatever. Just get experience before you do this. Again, you don't have to 100% have experience, but that is recommended. And then industry certifications. So I earned actually multiple tech credentials, which on my LinkedIn, I have a bunch of certifications, like AI, backend, front end, JavaScript, Python, Java. What you have not, you have a lot of certifications. By the way, if you're looking for like what specific certifications I did, top link in the description, check it out. Side projects, so I built useful tools with real users. And again, if you want to learn how to do that as well, top link in the description. And I developed different dashboards and automated study reminders, as well as created some AI based projects. Again, I'll show you how to kind of make those, even if you don't know a lot of coding, and then also how to market those as well, so you get real users and maybe even generate revenue from that. But yeah, and then hackathon. So I've won a couple of hackathons, or I guess top three is technically winning in these events. And then I mastered building quickly and then technical pitching as well. So hackathons are huge. I always say this, but yeah, it's huge. Now, the art of the tech resume. First, you want to treat your resume like a landing page, not a document dump. So, what I mean by this is you want to market yourself on your resume. You want to show off even more than you know. If you need help with exactly how to do this, I do have a coaching session if you just want to talk. We can do so. Second link in the description, I think. But be focused. So craft a compelling headline that captures your essence. So by headline, I don't mean literally just write a line. I mean format it in a way that shows your strengths and then hides your weaknesses, right? And then show your results. So use action verbs and quantify achievements whenever possible. And then provide proof. So include the links to your projects. So recruiters actually know that you built these projects and that they work. If they're deployed on like a website or something, bonus points for you. Now, resume transformation tactics. So I'm going to give you what I was doing before and then what I learned after. So before, I had generic headline with no direction. So like an example of this is not personally not my headline, but on LinkedIn, it's something like aspiring software engineer, Verizon intern, hackathon enthusiast, or if you're in school, you can put like CS at blank university, blank intern, and you can honestly just leave it there if you don't want to sound too cringe, but hackathon enthusiast if you want to go out, right? And then vague responsibilities without metrics. So I was doing that before, and then after I said improved API response by 20%. And that kind of shows you like what I'm doing and what impact I made. And then bloated skills section with buzzwords. So instead of having like a skills section of just buzzwords, try to use those buzzwords throughout your resume, especially in your bullet points for your experience. Try to show that off. And then no proof of completed projects. So I didn't have any proof of the completed projects, but then later I created like nice looking GitHub landing pages, so that you can go and use the project I built, or you can just look at it. And then there's also like a demo video on there. Now the difference was that my new resume told a compelling story, and it made recruiters want to recruit me because I had so much to show, and I was very interesting. And the resume elements that worked were every bullet point started with powerful verbs, so like developed, automated, led, all of those. This shows initiative and ownership rather than just being passive. Measurable achievements, so something like secured second place out of 30 teams, or again going back, improved the API response by 20%. Again, metrics, give context, and prove your impact. And then verified tech stack, I only listed technologies I could demonstrate in interviews. This I'm kind of like gray on, because you can still put down the technologies you're working on still, or if you know basic knowledge in. If you want more input on that, I can give you input, but yeah, usually just put the ones that you can 100% speak on. Don't put like, I don't know, like Ruby or PHP if you've never even seen a line of it, because otherwise, even if you get asked that question, you won't know. Like, sure, it helps to to be asked that question, but if you can't answer it, like, what's the point? And then the results, right? So the results were that I submitted an application with a targeted resume highlighting the relevant experience. By the way, Apple really likes if you mention Swift, UI, and C/C++. So basically, like, Objective C is huge. And then initial contact. So I received a callback, and then I'll make a separate video. Probably part 2 or part 3, I'll explain what that was about. And then the interview process. So I went through multiple rounds, and then I secured the offer. So my preparation transformed me from just another applicant to someone that they needed. And it's your turn now. So to start your Apple journey, build your foundation. So seek the relevant experience through internships and projects. And again, throughout my whole YouTube channel, I have plenty of videos where you can build projects, or I give really good advice on, like, even like a lot of my other videos if you're wanting to go down the route I am. And then showcase your work. So create a portfolio, craft your story. Again, it's all about story. So develop a resume that captures attention in seconds. And stay tuned. I have part 2 where I'm going to be explaining how I prepped for my Apple internship, as well as how I made my resume solid, and yeah, the next steps. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you want an internship, check out the first link in the description, completely for free.